Good afternoon and happy Monday. I am Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur, soul speaker, chakra expert, and author of the Goddess Grind book series, which is focused on you becoming the best version of you in order to manifest success personally as well as professionally. And I want to know, why are you afraid of becoming a mentally, emotionally, and energetically healthier entrepreneur or business owner? So today, for Mental Health Monday, I will be discussing why entrepreneurs and business owners are afraid to speak up about having a mental and emotional illness or being mentally and emotionally unhealthy, and how that affects their business. Now, real quick, to my replay viewers or listeners, if you happen to listen in, please comment your name, replay, and where you're listening from so I can thank you for listening in. And for those of you that are currently listening, if you feel this information is beneficial for anyone, please feel free to share the video or invite someone to watch or listen in. But today, for Mental Health Monday, why entrepreneurs are afraid of speaking in regards to mental and emotional illness or unhealthiness. And I'm only going to cover a couple of reasons today. But one of the first reasons that come to mind is the fact that they feel it's going to hinder their business in some way. Now, of course, when we become an entrepreneur or a business owner, it is definitely a huge step for us. And in doing so, speaking about any mental and emotional unhealthiness will sometimes make us feel as if we are giving ourselves, like it's a negative thing. It's a markdown. Like, as entrepreneurs and business owners, we are supposed to be looked at on a higher plateau of some sort. But that's not necessarily true, because for one, we understand that nobody is perfect. And we understand that as a society, that mentally and emotionally, most of us are dealing with something personally anyway. So if we're dealing with it personally and you become an entrepreneur or business owner, it doesn't magically go away. You're still dealing with that same thing. And now what you've probably done is add it to what you're already dealing with. So us being afraid or thinking that it's going to somehow negatively impact our business, our sales, our money, if we say, well, hey, I'm dealing with this thing mentally and emotionally, and I'm a business owner. There's nothing wrong with that. And another thing is, when we admit that, or when we open ourselves up to discussing that, you don't have to tell the whole world. The only person that you have to completely be honest with is yourself. As an entrepreneur, you don't have to broadcast it to everybody. It's pretty much what I'm saying. So being afraid, in a sense, being afraid to discuss or talk about any mental or emotional illness or unhealthiness that you're dealing with is pretty much saying that you are afraid of admitting that to yourself, because in your eyes, it gives you the impression that you are less by doing so. Get what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be that way. Of course, I've shared this many times, but back when I first started my entrepreneurial journey, or when I owned my first business, yes, at the time I was dealing with depression. And actually, I didn't talk to anyone about it. I didn't want to tell anyone about it. And of course, that was my personal decision, because, of course, at that time, I thought people would look at me differently. I thought people would view me differently and treat me differently. But, of course, over time, and the reason that I talk about this now is because over the years, I've learned what affects mental and emotional illness, how to balance my chakras, and how to recognize triggers and cycles, and all of these things that I've done to get to the point where I'm cured of depression. I no longer deal with depression. Not personally, not professionally, not on any level. And I've learned how to protect my energy and everything. So getting help is not a negative thing. Speaking about it to the right person, I've talked about this as well on a personal level. But when we are speaking in regards to any mental or emotional illness or unhealthiness, we have to be careful about the person that we speak to. You can't talk to everybody about something like that, because I've heard many times that people don't talk about this because they don't have anybody to talk to. No, you have somebody to talk to. It's just the first person that you chose to talk to about it didn't know what to say, didn't know how to respond, or basically that's not the person that you should have been speaking with about something like this anyway. So, that's another thing. Entrepreneurs and business owners are afraid to discuss any mental or emotional unhealthiness because they don't know who to talk to, or they talk to the wrong person and get the wrong reaction, or reaction that they were not expecting, and then they close up and they never want to talk to anybody else about it again. So, those are some things that we really need to consider. Of course, there are other reasons, but 2 for now is good enough. I don't want to go too far into this particular topic, but we just need to start having these conversations about entrepreneurship and mental and emotional health and wellness anyway, especially with it being the beginning of the year. And many people are opening businesses or starting businesses, or either rebranding or reopening something that they had in the past. So definitely, if you are wanting to speak more about any mental and emotional unhealthiness that you may be experiencing as an entrepreneur or a business owner, feel free to reach out to me. My services are not overly expensive, and in a lot of cases, I don't mind working within your budget. If your budget is $25, then you can still, or we can still have a very beneficial conversation and an insightful conversation. It may not be 60 minutes, but you may not need 60 minutes. So definitely, if you're interested in booking a professional chakra consultation with me, because I am a chakra expert and I come from that particular perspective. So I'm not the typical person that you would speak with, but I've been a full-time entrepreneur for several years now. I've been a business owner for even longer, and I've been there and I've gotten through it. So if you are interested in booking a chakra consultation or either an entrepreneurship clarity consult, please feel free to reach out to me or email me at info@thegoddessgrind.com, or just visit my website, www.thegoddessgrind.com. So I am Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur, Soul Speaker, Chakra Expert, and author of the Goddess Grind book series. And I'm reminding you to always meditate, hustle, and flow on your journey to becoming the best version of you in order to be a healthier entrepreneur or business owner mentally, emotionally, and energetically.